example, or Rihanna. That's how I call her. I call her Rihanna.
I've never really lovers. I'm overjoyed to be making this video. It's one of those long overdue components on my channel. Now, a massive question that people have when it comes to sex or sexual health is, am I normal? And nothing speaks to this more than appearance, and especially appearance of genitals, because we rarely get to see them. And when we do, it's usually a particular kind of genital that gets put to the forefront, which leaves a lot of people feeling like maybe I'm the only one. So I took to my social media and I looked for any and everybody to submit to me a video describing what their vulva looks like. I titled this video, "What do vaginas look like?" But in actuality, we're describing what vulvas look like. A vagina really speaks to the canal, so that space between the vaginal opening and the cervix itself, and nothing else. Vagina actually translates in Latin to sheath, which is a pouch that you store a sword in. But again, today, it's all about the vulva, and staring the vulva dead in the face, what do you see? And that usually includes a mons pubis, which is an area on top, the pubic area that's covered in hair. Then you have the labia majora, which are the outer lips, which usually again are also covered in pubic hair. Then there's the labia minora, which are inside of the labia majora, and these tend to be hairless. Common misconception is that the majora are bigger and the minora are smaller. For many people, their minora lips actually protrude out outside the majora and are slightly larger. Then you have the clitoris. The clitoris sits just at the top, kind of at the opening where the mons pubis and the labia majora and minora meet. Everything kind of just comes to this one little beautiful spot that has 8,000 nerve endings. Some people's clitorises are large, some people's are small, some people have hanging clitorises. There's no wrong way to have them. And they usually have a hood over top of it, which is like foreskin for a woman. Then you have the urethral opening, and then finally the vaginal opening. And that is the system that we are discussing today. So here is a collection of incredible individuals who came forward to describe what their vulva looks like in hopes that you will have a Me Too moment.
My vagina is the same color as the rest of my body, but when you like kind of open the labia, I think it's called the labia, then in the inside it's pink. Now the contrast that I can relate it to is like, you know how you get those Russell Stover boxes of chocolate and you have that one little square piece of chocolate that you think is caramel and you bite into it and it's strawberry?
Oh.
Are kind of a subtle ruby color, where on the inside everything is like a soft, light, pearly pink with undertones of oranges, and my inner lips sort of transition into like a vivid violet-y color towards the ends.
Okay, so I have a pink vagina.
My vagina is chocolate. Okay, it's chocolate. Yeah, it's chocolate. It's like really pretty brown. Except for when we like get like really closer to it, then it's darker. Like darker when it gets like in the middle where the clitoris and stuff is. It's definitely like really darker going towards the booty. You know, the anus, yeah, it's darker around that way.
My vagina is light brown with a tint of pink. I do have these like outer layers right around my clit, and those are actually a lot darker, and they're a lot darker than the rest of my vagina.
Disclaimer, I am non-binary, and while I'm comfortable with talking about my genitals in this way, that doesn't mean that all non-binary are comfortable with that. My vulva is light pink, darker pink, and also like brownish pink. My labia minora is like a bit brownish and pink, but also brown. Yeah, there's a lot of colors.
That's why Rihanna is not as fair as this. Rihanna is quite dark. Of course, you know, with pink insides and stuff. But on the outside, Rihanna is not fair at all and is very melanated. And at first, again, like I said, that used to make me uncomfortable. But now it's like, yes, girl, you got it in you. You are Afro-Latina.
The color of my vulva is primarily like a bright pink color, but then around my labia minora, it's kind of dark brown and then like blends out into that thicker shade.
My vagina
I used to think that this was weird because it was asymmetrical.
It's like a peekaboo vagina, you know, like it just looks like that, and then when you get to do that, it looks like that.
My minora is quite big, so it's kind of like hanging out, or however you would describe it. And one of the, I guess you call them like inner lips. I don't know the terminology, but one of them is bigger than the other. Also, the hood of my clitoris is quite big, so it's kind of like my clitoris is snuggling into its hood.
My left side, my left lip is actually plumper than my right one. I think that's called the labia majora. But yeah, it's definitely plumper than the right one. But when you open it, you know, there's a clitoris. My clitoris is very small. It's not that small, but it's small. You know, the hood be covering it a lot. And the labia minora, also my left side is small. My left side like overlaps the right one.
I actually think I have a really pretty vagina. I keep it nice and shaved and looking good for myself. Okay. Now, when I was growing up, I did think that my vagina was like weird because the lips hang.
For the first 23 years of my life, I thought I was deformed. One of my labia minora, which are the inner lips, sometimes one of them will, especially when I'm aroused or wet, will hang lower than my outer lips. And the only vulvas that I was ever used to seeing were the ones in porn where everything is so perfectly tucked in and there's a nice little slit, and since I didn't look like that, I thought that there was something wrong with me.
Think of a pumpernickel sandwich. You have the little slices of ham sticking out, and it's pink, and whatever I'm gonna say is honey glazed turkey because it's sweet, and then you got the pumpernickel sandwiches as the outer labia. That's how I want to describe my vagina, and I love it.
Here's a sketch of my vagina, and I have like, it's a homegirl's fat. I mean, she's real thick, and I have like right here, it's a little extra piece of meat right there, but it's nothing that's like, you know, extra crazy. And then at the top there, I have like a little opening, little loop right there.
But as far as like the shape of it, it's decently small, I would say. Like there's not a lot of folds, it's just really like my labia minora and then just like the entrance to my vagina with like, of course, a urethra and like your uterus and everything. I would also say that I have like a pretty generous like clitoral hood.
Sweetie, it's an oyster.
I think I probably got lucky in the sense that the first time a guy ever looked at my vulva, their reaction was, wow, you have a nice vulva.
When I hit puberty and my vulva started developing, I felt like it was quite unusual. It was nothing like what I had seen in either like medical books in school or in porn, or like when I looked at my friends in the showers. So I felt quite insecure about it for a while. Then I listened to this podcast about sex and things, and on one episode there was a person who described their vulva and described it kind of like what mine looks like, and that made me accept it more, and now I love it, and yeah.
I gotta say, not to toot my own horn or anything, I think my vagina's pretty cute.
Yo, I want to give a massive big up to everybody who submitted a video. In the info box below is the link to some of the people who wanted to share their socials. Others did not. They just wanted to give their voice and lend a really important story to this narrative, and thank you for that, and that's more than enough. If you've watched this video and you didn't have a Me Too moment or hear one that felt like it was true to you, please pick up the torch and run with it. Go in the comments section and describe what your vulva looks like so another reader can have a Me Too moment. If you did have a Me Too moment, let me know that as well too. I think if you've watched this video and you've come this far, join the conversation. I think it can be a really powerful one that helps a lot of people with self-love, which is the ultimate prize in this lifetime. Lastly, before I go, I want to talk about this hat that I'm wearing. These are called Vulva mom hats. These, I'm only wearing one, but I'm selling two. One is pink like this, and one is brown, because when I polled my viewers, those were the two shades of vulvas that came up as most popular. And it's just a little small limited edition collector piece to commemorate the beauty of our very special place of creation, and just to show some hometown pride for your shade. So if you're interested in purchasing, go in the info box below and copy.